Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to the Foundation here in Control. Probably some of you saw it yesterday. I haven't looked at the comments yet because I'm a little embarrassed. But there is absolutely a path from here to a place we have not yet been. I ran over here, right, and just looked at the wall really quickly and I was like, well, that's not a way I could get across, and then started looking down. But there are absolutely, if we just step out a little bit further, absolutely reformable crystal deposits in that wall. In my defense, by the time I was recording the second episode of this yesterday, I'd been doing stuff for the internet for like 9 hours already, but still it's embarrassing. Anyway, hey, good news! Progression! Wait, is that not... Can I not make that come out? Oh, there we go. Boy, that was that was a little close. Okay, we can probably just make it over to there now. You know, sometimes your cognitive faculties start to fail, and if you're like me, and you don't have the greatest brain on Earth in the first place, it can really make you look silly in front of literally fives of strangers on the internet. Okay, this had better be actual progression. Yeah, that looks like it's not just going to lead to one more chest. But hey, I'll say this. At least the fact that I didn't see this right away meant we did find some hidden things that I would not have otherwise looked for. So, you know, I'm not going to say that it's all part of the plan or anything, but it's definitely... There's a silver lining, at least. Oof. That geyser got garbage all over my camera. Wait, gunfire? That's not gunfire. Give ourselves a little bit of cover. Oh, right, this is the wrong mode for this. Hold on, why didn't I just throw rocks at you? No, you're right. I don't think we really need to put the cover back up, but just in case. Just low enough? There we go. Okay, you guys find all of the other enemies and deal with them while I look around. Never mind, I guess you were the final enemy. Is there anything fun down here? Any cool stuff to interact with? Nope, no mission logs or anything. So we have a couple of paths. That way to the base camp. So what was up here then? Just some cave. Yeah, well. I'm a big fan of just some cave. Never mind. So the last time we saw such a big white gap, we dove down it and it did take us somewhere. I mean, this one we'd probably just end up in that room to our south. I mean, I'm gonna try it. Let's just try it. Nope. That was a death pit. Hard to tell the difference, you know? I'm still not... Am I gonna be able to get up there? Okay, just barely. Just barely, so that we can open up this thing and get a mod we don't want. Oh, or a shifting fragment, which I don't actually know the use of yet. That's not what I meant to do. Okay, everything's fine. I mean, it's definitely for crafting something, right? All of those are just crafting materials. We just don't know what it is for crafting. I just noticed that Jessie's pants are too short, and now it's bothering. I guess they're cuffed. But still, she's showing a weird amount of shin and calf. It makes it look like these are... Well, I mean, I guess they're not her clothes, right? Hi. Okay, so headshots on these dudes, not super effective, actually. He did not take a lot of damage from that. Also, it's weird. It's unusual in a video game to run into an enemy that has even slower reaction time than I do. Oh, that seems like a problem. Okay, we're gonna need... Well, first of all, I'm gonna need cover. Secondly, we're gonna need some friends to come and... He's shooting at the other guys, but he's covered in hiss. Yeah, he is definitely a hiss dude. I guess... Hold on, are the Astral Fragment guys not actually allied with the hiss? I hadn't really thought about it. You know, we didn't... Sorry, where's the menu I want? I didn't actually read the records entry on them, I don't think, because I just kind of assumed they're whatever. We should probably read about these guys, too. Hiss sharpened agents display the para-utilitarian ability to rapidly move short distances. This ability is unique in the fact that it's not associated with any known object of power. However, we should not discount the possibility that this ability is an object variation. For example, abrupt physical relocation could potentially be a variant of the jukebox's effect. Other explanations currently include momentary time manipulation, brief increase in physical speed, or inhibiting the witness's sense of sight. That doesn't really explain... No, that one doesn't work. If we do accept that the Hiss Sharpen's ability is not connected to a known object of power, then the Hiss are either manifesting unique paranatural abilities, or there are simply objects in the house that we aren't aware of. It does seem like there could be an awful lot of stuff down here that we're not aware of, right? So... These guys who are just all black are not actually Hiss, right? Didn't we receive... I thought we received a file on them. Here we go, Astral Copy. The copy's bodies are composed of a dense, stone-like material that is both resilient under controlled circumstances and brittle when struck with significant force. We've seen that. Whether the astral copies possess individual consciousness or are directed by a higher intelligence such as the board remains unknown. However, their shared aggression seems to indicate a unified goal, or that they're all just angry animals, like human beings. Director Faden's encounters with these entities when binding objects of power in the astral plane indicate they serve as live targets for para-utilitarians to practice on. Okay. They appear immune to the Hiss corruption. Yeah, they certainly do. Okay, we can use the edge of that as cover and just hurl heavy things at him from down here, it looks like. Oh, except he's smart enough to relocate occasionally. Oops, wrong gun. This is a little cheesy, but the third-person perspective allows us to cheat, and I'm just going to go ahead and cheat. He is really not taking damage from this, but he also wasn't taking much damage from the pistol, so I don't really know what to do about that. It's okay, it's doing better. Maybe I wasn't actually hitting him before? It's more accurate, and we do have that accuracy mod on it, but it's not perfectly accurate. Why did that decide it wasn't targeting him anymore? Scintillating combat. I'm kind of, I am kind of evading the systems a little bit, to be fair. This background music is not very action combat-y, which I guess fits with the strategy I'm applying. He's still hitting me fairly hard. So close. There we go. Problem solved. With style and aplomb, and definitely in the way the developers intended. I'm in a little bit of trouble. There we go. Launch efficiency, honestly, I just don't even care enough to pick up a low-tier mod. Okay, so that's that solved. Nope. Solved is a strong word. Ow. You know what? I'm gonna need you to defend me from whatever that noise was. Or maybe it was just you. Okay, well. So what do we really get out of coming in here? Was that... Okay, I guess there's another door, is what we got out of coming in here. This way is forward. Did we see an entrance on the back of the cavern? Yes, we did. Okay. Well, let's start by going the way back here that we didn't yet go. Never mind. The door is covered with stuff we can't break. I wonder if we're ever going to get the other version of the power, or if we have made a permanent routing choice here. I think there's nothing in that front area. I don't think I saw any files. We can probably just move forward here.
This area looks newer. Is it from the upper floors?
Yeah. I mean, that's certainly possible, right? It could be the case that a bit of the upper floor has somehow slid down here. Those look like... That's a very familiar sort of door. It's also possible that this is just Well, you know what? I have no idea what the hell's going on. Why don't we just not speculate? And of course we evade the metal detector. Actually, we should probably go in that room. Some of those documents might be readable. Nope, I thought that one in particular looked like maybe an interactable thing. Okay. Is this going to take us into the big room with all the bridges? I mean, it's not like the geometry of the house makes sense normally, so...
There's something behind that hiss barrier.
It should not be all hissy in here, right? That seems very bad. I'm just going to rip some chunks out of the wall to try to fix the problems with this wall, because that's totally how you do that. Any more hiss clusters? Well, I mean, yes, there are, obviously. Aha. Okay. Let's get over here and have a look at that. It looks like it's probably just crystals to pull out of the wall to move up to the next bridge. Look at that. You might be forgiven for assuming that I've played a video game before. Okay, so... This is already starting to spread into other parts of the house. Or rather, other parts of the house are starting to spread into it. Either way, bad. It's a bad thing. We want weird crystal astral time in one place, and then a nice solid dividing line, and then the house on the other side of the line. Where even am I? Data entry and filing. Well, that seems like a pretty important part of the house. How have I never... You would expect that would be a place that we had been before. Can I get this open? No admittance without a security pass. Yes, we wouldn't want anybody entering any data without permission. Okay. Well... Can I get up in there? It definitely looks like I can get up in there. Okay, just have to apply a little bit of force is all. Shift account part 1. To whoever finds this, I am containment I am containment processes designer Gene Gibbs, and I'm writing this to document the largest building shift ever to occur. In my head, I read very quickly, I am the containment princess. And the thing is, it didn't seem like a thing that couldn't happen in the oldest house, right? Anyway, here are the facts. A considerably large section of the containment sector, including the processes and protocols offices, our research facilities, and a fair chunk of the fire break, has been yanked down to a chasm that reaches far below lobby level, I think. It was a violent shift, and I regret to report several casualties. Injuries were sustained by all, but many of us, myself included, are still mobile. We've set up a base camp and started triaging. There are little supplies. We explored our surroundings and found caverns of all things. We're in some kind of cave threshold, like the quarry? And wherever we are, we're not the first. There were some rusty power cores, old lights, signs, infrastructure. And what was this area used for? And why did they seal it off? And why have we never heard of it? And more importantly, how are we going to get out? I wonder how old that... Nobody ever dates their files around here, which is definitely a thing that a policy I should implement as director, that we write numbers on stuff from time to time. So I have no idea how old that is. Because, like I was saying, we've never been down here before. It seems like this area has potentially maybe been locked off for a long time. Or it could have been just since this thing started happening. Okay, that at least looks like it could be interesting. Let's go delete some garbage. Garbage. This is seize speed. Oh, we have a better seize speed thing on. Energy recovery speed is not a bad thing. We'll keep one of those. Okay, that should be good enough. I guess we don't need these other shield strength. Yeah, okay. Ammo 10% ammo recovery when you evade. That's actually kind of compelling. Maybe that's better than a raw energy. Yeah, that's a lot better than the last rank that we had. I do use my energy a lot. Now, you know what? We'll hold off for now. But it's a good thing to have. Although I guess I should have deleted the lower level one while I was in there. Oh well. AWE 37. A series of reverberating sounds observed in downtown Kiev with no clear point of origin. The event was witnessed by the city's general public. Mental and physical symptoms were reported, including aphasia, sleep paralysis, and, oh dear, excess. Something that we don't want to talk about. That can't be good. Due to the brief nature of the event, Overseas Bureau agents were not able to respond while it was active. Immediately upon arrival, agents collected audio recordings taken by local witnesses. All Bureau monitoring stations located at global junctions of acoustic amplification were directed to monitor any auditory events of similar pitch, wavelength, and duration in an effort to trace echoes or epicenters. In the following weeks, similar cases were reported from both various amateur sources and Bureau stations in major cities across the globe. The subsequent events diminished in volume and frequency per each occurrence. Event is believed to be generated by planar friction. This is not confirmed. That's a pretty wild hypothesis. I assume that there's some evidence there. It's not just an idea you came up with.
Director Faden here. I need a ranger dispatched to my position.
The Hiss are in for it now.
Oh, the guy was already here, actually. Well, I mean, that's probably a good idea, right? Not to be alone? Wow. Look at this. Uh-oh. There's a weird sort of Hollywood Squares energy to this battle arena. Come on, stand up. Just give me your allegiance. Oh boy, it is actually still, even with this more accurate weapon, actually still quite difficult to hit them in the head at this distance. He apparently managed to evade that somehow. Alright, buddy. No, this one. There we go. Maybe this is a more appropriate weapon for this range. You know, you still do have to aim it a little bit. Oh, he's taking advantage of the third-personness. Okay. Let's get a shield up here, and then I'm just going to shield rush this guy. There you go. That was pretty effective. The shield rush is a cool power. Shield rush. Oh, nope, that didn't work. And sadly, I am out of energy. I shot him off the ledge accidentally. Okay, my deployed ranger apparently is a total badass. That's good to know. Alright, one more decoy. I feel like this weapon used to feel more powerful back in the base game. Maybe that's just a flawed memory. But it takes a lot of shots now to kill anything. And I remember liking the grip because it does so much damage. We might want to switch back to the spin. Okay, I'll take that. That'll work. I wonder how that deployed ranger down there feels about what he is witnessing here, with me flying around the room and converting enemies and stuff. Hey, what if I just, like, hit him once? What would that be like, do you think? If I just, like, aimed the gun at him so that it would damage him when I fired it? Oh. Alright, buddy. You just nominated yourself for a shield dash. Ooh, I pressed the right button the first time that time. I'm learning. I'm finally learning. This is a lot of enemies. Oh, you can convert the snipers. That's probably going to be very helpful. Time to use the perspective trick again. Listen, that guy has a sniper rifle, and I didn't remember to bring my sniper rifle. So he has to pay a price for me being underprepared. Okay, are we good? This is a very visually impressive set piece. This was a cool fight. How you doing there, buddy? Okay, you're just gonna... Eyes on the prize. I get it. Don't get distracted. Not in front of the new boss. Alright, we definitely saw some mods drop. A high-level C's accelerator. We should probably look at the percentage on that. Did you guys know the new director can fly? That's a huge weapon damage increase. Let's get rid of some weird garbage over here. The mod management, definitely the worst part of the game. Alright, big flat damage increase, like a big increase. We'll stick with the grip for a little while longer. And then the new C's accelerator is the same. Absolutely the same guy. This one's slightly worse. Extra source from element pickup. That's... I mean, obviously it's not any good for us, but, you know, if you found one of those early in the game that was a significant amount, that would be cool. Accelerate your economy a little bit. Okay, hopefully we won't have to delete mods again for a while. I do feel like the mod system is maybe the thing I understand the least about this game from a design perspective. Like, why would they make it like that? Why would they do this? Okay, I'm not even going to go in there because I don't want to get close enough to that to pick it up. We should probably get the currency thing. Man. One thing I'm now not liking as much about this area is that it's going to be very hard for me to feel like we definitely didn't miss any files or anything, because there's so many places where there could be stuff. Currency. You know, just a hidden trend laying there on the floor, as they do. Okay. I'm feeling relatively confident. This one has the lights on, but nothing. How is that guy following me, anyway? Every time I look away, he's just there, like John Watson. Is that a piece of... Huh. Well, whatever that is, it can fly, as can this dude. Or he's just the most athletic man. Nope, I saw you teleport. You're one of them. That's fine. You're a friendly one of them, which I can totally get down with. Well, that looks important. Let's go up there. That's a good way of drawing your attention up to this office. So, we sometimes find chests in the bathrooms, right? Or that...
One call a boomer.
I like how much fun Jesse is having. Oh, that's just a guy. Don't kill the guy. So some of our employees have floated into the... Like, I know, as far as we're aware, there's no way to unhissify them, but it's probably not great for them that some of our employees have just floated off into the astral plane. That's a cool effect, though. Looking back and seeing the white all around the hallway we came in. What did we just get? Was it this? I wasn't even looking. Dear House of Representatives, my husband Francis, this cannot be it. This is a letter from the Dead Letters office. Nope, I know, I remember this one. Well, shoot. I was looking at the thing instead of looking at the name of the file we picked up. Hopefully it wasn't important. Headshot boost that immediately falls off into the gray. Or into the white, I suppose. Well, I think we maybe ought to get out of here. I should probably, like, I don't know, use my belt as a lasso and pull these people back inside the building, though? Doesn't it feel like I should do something here? I'm not sure what my responsibilities in this situation are, but they're definitely not nothing, right? We'll make a note of it. We'll come back for them. Does this bathroom also spill out into the astral? Nope, this bathroom's totally normal. Except for a huge amount of hoarded paper towels. Don't engage in hoarding behavior. That's the real AWE. No, that's not. That doesn't make sense. That's almost as bad as that plumbing thing. Okay, phone looks mad, but aside from that, everything's normal here. I mean, that's probably why it's in this secluded room, right? It just wanted a couple of moments to itself to, like, calm down. We all get that way at work sometimes. You know, Bob from accounting is doing that thing he does again, and you want to just scream, but you're like, you know what, I'm just going to go. I'm going to take a couple of moments. I'm going to play a couple levels of a puzzle game on my phone. I don't mention a puzzle game specifically by name here because nobody has yet paid me for the endorsement. But hey, if you want to get in touch about that, I will absolutely mention your video game in offhand jokes during random series. Just, you know, email me. Okay, Polaris wants us to go this way. And we will totally do that eventually. You just hang on. Probably that stuff is accessed from the other side by going where Polaris wants us to go. First. Even without all the ray tracing and stuff, there's still cool things going on with the lighting in this game. I really, really like pretty much everything about the game's aesthetic. Another perfectly normal bathroom, perhaps the same perfectly normal bathroom. You can never tell with this place. That is not a thing I can access. It does seem like maybe if you take the breaky version of the power, you get more chests. But then again, who needs them to a certain extent? Alright, so that other room we saw is through that wall, which I guess we can maybe wrap around on? Yes, yes we can. I'm a little surprised at the dearth of files that we're finding here. Maybe because the game saw what happened earlier, and it's like, you wouldn't even read them correctly anyway.
You're listening to America Overnight, a beacon in the darkest recesses of possibility for more than 29 years. We have another letter from a listener. This one's unsigned, but postmarked from Toledo. It says, Dear America Overnight, I have the most wonderful appliance for your listeners. It is a miracle of God. A fondue set, a fountain, a blessed gift. Blessed is spelled with a capital B. Go on, they write. Dive on in. It is molten hot, perfect for meat. No signature. As far as I know, no fondue set was sent to us here at the studio. Just this letter. Wait, I think there's something else in the envelope. Some kind of black powder with white shards in it? Bone, maybe? Karen? What is this? Karen? We're on the air, Karen. Where are you? What's this powder in the booth? Is this ash? Oh God. Karen? How do I cut to commercial?
That's interesting. My initial reaction to that is that they maybe should have cut that one a little earlier. There's a little bit too much, oh God, what is this? But like, I think everybody has a different threshold for like how much of that is appropriate in a story. How much detail do you want them to go into? Where do you want to have the Jaws moment where you are left to imagine the shark? It's definitely interesting, though. Can I squeeze under there? No? Nope. Can't crawl under there despite the fact that I can clearly crawl under there. Definitely having some invisible wall problems here in this DLC. What have we here? Shift account, part 2. Okay. Gibbs reporting in. It has been 8 days since the collapse and still no sign of any rescue efforts. The Bureau is either completely unaware of our situation or are incapable of helping us. Or maybe it's intentional. How many times have we seen the Bureau not give two shits about its own hardworking staff when they go missing in this place? How many times did we let it slide, thinking, oh, well, at least it wasn't me? Too many, I'm ashamed to admit. Anyway, there have been some developments. Strange crystals have begun growing through the walls. They seem to block some corridors, but not others. The path to the caves is always left open, but we're not sure why. Luckily, the crystals keep out the astral spike. One's been hounding us for days. John, Nikolay, and Sarah went to try to find a radio and never came back. We think the spike got them. I think it's hunting us. Doug says spikes only exist in the astral plane, so what the fuck is it doing here? If we get out of here, I'm hiring a lawyer. These are unsuitable working conditions. That would have to be a very special lawyer, a very particular lawyer. Okay, so are we anticipating the astral spike? Seems like maybe. So this will take us to transit control. I'm sure we're going to have to hit that button. Where the hell am I? Still in the Foundation, of course. It just feels like I should be more connected to the building because it looks more like the rest of the building. Well, I guess let's hit that elevator first and see what that does. Hear voices.
So that's the altered item. Looks pretty secure.
Let's not touch that just yet. Hold on. You'd think she'd be a little bit more concerned about an altered projector. I mean, I know it's not the same kind of projector or anything, but...
I should hire someone who builds smaller machines.
Yeah, that's a hell of a thing. What on earth are we looking at here? So... There's a power... Is that a power socket? Yeah, that's totally a power socket. Also, it's just, like, very dark in here. Do we have a core? No. We have a place where it says there are cores. There we go. I mean, I don't actually have a, These are not open. So I'm assuming that that's some of the buttons we haven't been pressed some of the buttons we haven't been pressing are involved in the opening of the core doors. Well, let's start touching stuff. See what happens.
Power. Typical.
Right. Well, that's, I guess, to be expected. Okay. Is there anything else we could do in here? Can't get to the sector lobby. We may have to go back and try that other route. I mean, this looks like it's built for the express purpose of climbing on, right? It's a big staircase. It doesn't look like there's anything I can do once I'm up here. Yeah, and I can only kind of see into this corner because of the fact that Jesse highlights objects. Okay. Let's go back and see what that other door did. I'm hoping these things are related. Which gun do I have? You know what, that's right. That's probably appropriate.
Warning. Altered item detected in Transport Bay. Access is prohibited per Safety Regulation 18.A.
Ah. So we don't really need to interact with that thing. We just need to move it so that it's not blocking the security protocol. Okay, well, then that means that I missed something. Maybe I can just smash those little fences in front of the power core sockets? I will admit, to my embarrassment, I didn't try Smashy Smashy as the first strategy. God, I hope once we get some power cores in here that it turns the lights on. What if I just hurl it through there? Nope. Well, that doesn't really... Oh, you know what? But I could... Maybe I could throw it through there and have it just fall in? Yeah, there we go. Also, apparently the doors regenerated on the power core thing, so that's... I mean... That's handy for the janitor. Then he doesn't have to clean it up every time somebody irresponsibly breaks the power core loading chute open. Okay. I don't want to be above that. So now... I was really hoping it would get more light in here when that happened. It's so dark. Alright, now we hit the thing. Move this to wherever it is it's going. And then the lights go on? Maybe? Hopefully? Okay, well... There's a hall up there that we definitely don't have access to yet. Okay. Let's go back down and see about going forward. How is it that I always face the wrong way? Now, you know what? It's not me. It's this altered elevator.
Detected in area. Personnel may now safely enter. Have a bureau full day.
Okay, well that PA is fired. Oh, hey, there's like guys everywhere. Why don't we... Boy, when they hit you, they can stun you for a considerable amount of time there. I wasn't actually allowed, like I wasn't able to move away from him. Alright, well, don't get surprised. How about this? How about, as a strategy, every time you see one of those guys, just immediately fly. No reason to ever engage with them in a fair way. Okay. We know what's going to happen here, so let's just get a thing, get up in the air. Damn it, I got 2 up in the air and ruined my shot. Alright, it only takes a couple of launches to deal with these dudes. Although they are sometimes very dodgy. Again, not always. Also, just a lot of screaming happening right now. Oh, that's a grenade. This is not a good idea. Let's deal with this guy first. I'd really love for it to be the case that I am not being pursued by exploding enemies while also being shot at with a grenade launcher. Oh god. We could, in theory, catch some of this guy's grenades and throw them back at him, but I seem to be having a lot of trouble doing that. How does he... Oh, okay. Let's just say, how does he handle me being real close to him? Maybe he won't like that, but it turns out, actually, he handles it just fine. He melee attacks for quite a lot of damage. Where did that dude go? Alright, thank you, Grenade Man, for showing me the light. Okay. I think we're cool. Sorry about the thing that's about to happen to your head. I do feel bad about it. Where were we even going? Like, why did I want to be in here? I'm pretty much just going forward as much as I can all the time. I guess maybe we do want to be up on top of... let me see here. We can land on that, and then... Damn it. Having a really hard time directing myself up onto here. Okay, there we go. I guess this is just the normal hiss chanting. I kind of forgot about the creepy chanting that they do. It's been a while since we were in a room full of creepy chanters. Nope, get in, get in. Okay, there we go. That time I did the stationary melee attack on purpose. And another one of these. I mean, again, not exactly heartbroken about not getting to open the chests that are almost always full of nothing. They really devalue the mods by giving you such a huge flood of them all the time. Alright, we are now in transit access.
Trained. Guess I pass. I am very properly trained.
No, I'm not trained at all. I've just been muddling through and shooting at all my problems. Also, it's weird that there's a handprint above the... You guys see that? Like, it's very faint. Hold on. We're going back to check the other path. Because there is a door here that we did not look in, and who knows? Who knows what could be in here? Also, probably the same elevator, actually. Oh! Fungus Man! Oh god. Hey, Fungus Man, go away from me. I don't really have a specific order for you. Just stop advancing on me, please. He's very menacing. He's a very menacing man. The movie camera supplement. Yeah, let's figure out what's up with this thing. An Action Max camera. The item first came to the Bureau's attention after a hospitalized mailman from somewhere in Arkansas claimed his injuries had been caused by a movie camera. Further investigation connected the incident to AI-80, which was being shipped in the mail truck at the time. The packaged camera was later found in an empty warehouse. The return address led agents to a P.O. box in San Fernando Valley belonging to a company called Blessed Pictures. Huh. That's just weird synchronicity, right? Whether Blessed Pictures is involved in the creation and dissemination of the item's VHS films is unknown. Following is a list of all known films believed to have been shot by AI-80UE. Shoot First, Die Last, unreleased. Item was used in the filming of an unreleased Western in 1968 on the Italian island of Sardinia. A cast member was killed during an on-set accident, stopping production. It is believed that Blessed Pictures bought the camera when equipment from the shoot was sold at an auction. And then Coffee Bullet, Billy's First Car, Bike-Hard, and its sequel, Bike-Hard 2, Bike Harder, and Delivery Disaster. I'm a little surprised with the name of the production company that they were not making Christian films. That's kind of what I assumed was happening here. Huh. Well, apparently it's a murderous camera, so I'm glad we got it out of the bay and hopefully into some kind of containment somewhere. Okay, sorry, this is where we came from. Is there anything else over here? Yes, there is. It's clear no one is coming. We're running out of ideas and supplies. So the last one was 8 days after the first one, is that right? She said supplies were thin, but like 8 days of supplies is pretty significant. We tried going into the caves to find anything edible, but all we found were noxious gases and endless pits, and you cannot eat a pit. The crystals only let us go one way, even though we could see the caves branched out. We did find some weird spiky pillar. I only got a glimpse of it before the astral spikes attacked. There were a few of them this time. We lost a lot of people. There's only 6 of us left. We didn't ask for this. We didn't want to come down here. I'm convinced something brought us here. The others say I'm going nuts, but it's clear this was no house shift. Shifts, slide a bathroom a sector over or rotate a hallway. They don't drop full divisions into some caves. We were brought here, I know it. But for what? Why tear us away from our lives just to torture us? If this is some sort of test or mission, then here's some advice for whoever's running it. Give out clearer instructions next time. I hope these notes are a good read for whatever ranger finds them. Fuck you. Put that in your report. You know, she's going through phase 2, which is anger. I don't remember what order the phases are in. Well, so this is probably actually forward, right? The shift report being here, and this door. So that elevator that we didn't go to, which I thought was actually the way forward, it probably just has a chest in it.
Hiss take the nail. End of the world.
So I can't let the hiss take the nail. Not a problem.
That sounds like the case.
I snuck into the Foundation through a back door I know. Had to get ahead of the hiss. Just a matter of bypassing the ritual protections. Luckily, the board's as distracted as the rest of the Bureau. I had to put on a brave face up there, but the situation is the worst I've ever seen. We're getting back on our feet, but we've already lost so much. Trench is dead. Darling is somewhere. I'm the only one left. But I still have a job to do. keep the hiss back. There's not enough HRAs to spare, so I'll have to make do with what I've got. Frankly, I don't even know what will happen if the hiss take the nail. Trench made it sound like it'd be the end of the world. He was never one to exaggerate. Well, orders are orders, even if they come from a dead man.
The little sound clips that we heard before the full message were a little bit misleadingly edited. It sure sounded like she was more certain that it would be the end of the world. Alright, well. And with it, another lock. I pressed the wrong key. Listen, there's a lot of keys on a keyboard. Nobody could possibly keep them all straight. It's impossible. It's weird that the former is trying to talk to us. Right? It's also weird that we're supposed to be, we were told by the thing, going to break the locks, when what we do when we find one is very obviously reconstruct it. I wonder if I'm not quite getting the whole... Something ain't right here. I mean, it's, of course not. It's the bureau and the board. It's always not right, but something's not right here in a way that feels more than usual.
Hello?
Jolly good.
Board, are you there?
Yeah. Yeah. There's something... There was something in the board's diction...
What the hell is going on?
In the last episode that also made me think...
Here?
Okay, maybe they are going to give us the other ability.
Wasn't my idea. Blame the eyeball.
Okay, I'm very curious where this plot is going.
Former. Yeah, we've had our differences. But it is giving me something you won't.
We have certainly had our differences. Okay, well that's... I mean, this is a pretty straightforward power right here. Do they respawn naturally, or I can reshape them because I have the other power? Okay. Oh, and they do reform naturally as well. Okay. Interesting. Well, this is certainly gonna... Oh, only certain ones will regrow. This is certainly gonna let us traverse a lot more of the area.
I don't like you deciding what I can't have.
I can't remember exactly what it was that the board said yesterday that I thought was really weird, but I remember calling it out when it happened because I thought it was funny. Yeah, I'm very, very curious where the plot of this is going now. Although I wouldn't be terribly surprised if we didn't get a whole lot of answers. I should not be here. Hold on. We should finish shooting that out. I'm a little surprised that stuff falls, honestly. I mean, like, I know there's gravity in astral space, because obviously we're running around on the ground all the time. But it's definitely not universal. There's an awful lot of not gravity happening in some of these areas. It was not my experience in the base game of Control that there were, like, secrets hidden in places around situations like this, but I have been playing Doom Eternal a lot, and there are a lot of, like, fall and find a thing type secrets. I can't help myself. You know, we gotta look. Especially since there is a platform down here, which seems strange, right? Why would there even be a place you could go? No, can't pull that out of the wall. Well, okay, now what, smart guy? Now that you're down here, I think I might have to just fall in the pit. Yeah. Alright. Please put me back up in a useful place. I thought I was onto something there. It's just, I guess that's just the platform that the crystal formation we shot was on, but like, in a lot of video games, that is exactly where they would put some kind of hidden cool stuff. I see. Alright, so we now have an awful lot of places that we couldn't get to before. Aw, he stepped off of it. Oh, these guys are invulnerable to normal attack. Oh yeah, there we go. Come on. Please step out onto the tutorial/trap. You just gotta speak to them in a way they understand, you know? You gotta talk to them in their language. Well, okay. That's,
I'm getting pretty tired of being jerked around the astral plane. If you're listening, I want some answers.
This is definitely the former's part of the astral plane. It has not exactly been chatty in our previous experience. Are we giving it some kind of freedom by opening the tunnels in the Foundation? Also, I was kind of expecting something would happen at some point. Oh, Jesus. Hey there, buddy. How you doing? I'm actually legitimately very nervous right now.
Hi there. It was nice of you to give me something the board wouldn't.
And also, how did you do that?
So I'm just supposed to believe you're a particularly charitable, whatever you are?
I think Jesse misunderstood that.
Hungry? I mean, yeah, actually, I'd love a sandwich or something. That's not what you meant, was it?
Well, maybe it is what he meant.
Bored? Or used to be? Okay, so you split because the board blamed you for... Gotta be easier to play charades. Do I need to rescue someone? I don't know what I expected.
Oh. Wow, that's...
Listen, this has been great, but I have to go. Thanks for your help, and, stay out of trouble.
Wait, who's the leech in that?
Former trying to tell me about the board. Should I trust either of them?
Well, the good news is, we literally don't have a choice, so no difficult decisions to make. Hey, go this way to get to the nail. Thanks, cave painting. This cave painting is maybe not a painting at all, maybe just a dark part of the stone. I'm actually really glad that the former didn't just disappear from the plot, because we definitely had some, obviously, boss fights, but also there was some, if I remember correctly, some very vague things said about it previously. What is this little ledge? You a thing? You are not a thing. Oh, but over there there might be things. Or, alternatively, perhaps not. Oh, it's a box. found a box. I found a box with a magic cat in it. What are these? Maneki Nico? Makineki Nico? I don't remember what these things are called exactly. Okay. Well, that's not... You know, you get used to a certain kind of weird thing happening, and then the director descends from a platform in the sky and tells you about the magic cat she just saw. Let's go ruin Emily's day. Surprise! Not even a little bit surprised. I thought for a second there she was going to flip me off, which would totally have been deserved.
The Rangers found a section of the containment sector in the caves, but no house shifts occur down here. Strange.
I agree with you. That is quite strange. I'm just gonna go.
Out there. Agreed. The astral bleed won't stop itself.
We assume. You know, honestly, this might be a pretty natural stopping point for today. Let me just touch this thing and spend our ability points. So we got the shield rush. Do we want energy will recover while shield is active? Or, like, even more launch damage? Launch is already so good. Honestly, maybe I need more health. I am kind of getting embarrassed in combat a little bit. Or ground slam damage. Probably don't need Seize duration. I think our dudes are dying mostly through getting killed rather than through timing out. You know what, let's just take the bonus health. That seems reasonable to me. Okay. Yeah, that seems like maybe a pretty natural stopping place. The plot is thickening, and also we can actually get around down here, so we're probably going to have an awful lot of stuff to get accomplished very quickly at the beginning of the next episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time for that thing I just said. Progress, with hopefully a little bit less confusion. And we'll see you then.